Hello and welcome to
A canonically
good hang.
Ah,
dang
should we try it again?
Yeah, we should.
Okay, 1, 2, 3.
Hello and welcome to a
Canonically good hang. Did it. Second time's the charm.
Second time is the charm.
This is the first episode of a brand new podcast where Ren and myself, Madie. My name is myself. That sounded so dumb.
Her name is myself.
Ren and Madie are going to talk about pop culture, pieces of pop culture that are really important to us,
Yes.
spoken deeply to our soul.
Yes.
Yes, load-bearing pieces of pop culture.
Load-bearing pieces of pop culture,
Yes.
if you will.
What's the pop culture scaffolding of, like a doctor were to open me up inside and they just like see a ton of rom-coms. You're like, no wonder you've broken so many bones. The foundation is shaky AF. And you know what? I wouldn't change.
What do you mean? It's only Phineas and Ferb episodes.
And they'd be so, honestly, okay. But if you had to build a skeleton out of any TV show, I would pick
It
Phineas
would be
and Ferb.
Phineas and Ferb. You know, it's my favorite. It's my favorite TV show about engineering. Honestly.
That's my top 7, 8 favorite episodes
about reverse engineering. Dare I say number 1? I don't know. I think I do.
He's bold, a Gryffindor, if you will.
If I will.
A Ravenclaw, on the other hand, needs to research. I haven't seen all the TV shows in the world about engineering. How can I make?
And I'm going with my
a choice?
gut. Here we are. Just make one.
I don't trust my gut. She's nervous most of the time.
Well, there you have it, folks.
Before we start, I think, I guess with our regularly scheduled programming, which they don't know what it is yet.
They don't know what it is.
Should we talk about why we named it Canonically Good Hang?
Yeah, it's self-evident.
Yeah.
We are a canonically good hang.
Classically.
Historically.
Historically.
Also, don't shut up.
Never.
We love a bit.
Canonical yappers.
We love to riff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. Were you a pleasure to have in class?
Absolutely.
Were you also one to get in trouble for talking too much?
Yes.
Me too. So it's proof that two things can be true at the same time.
At the same time.
And also, I don't know, sometimes you don't grow out of things, you just grow into it. I've grown into being a yapper because I don't have a teacher anymore.
Anyway, so how we are going to structure this podcast is every episode will be focused on one piece of media that we've decided. We're going to take turns deciding.
Mm-hmm.
And this week's, what's the word for first? Premiere?
Yes. Debut.
For this debut episode of A Canonically Good Hang, we are going to be talking about
10 Things I Hate About You.
Chosen by Madie.
Naturally, because it is my favorite rom-com of all time. And that's saying something because I've seen a lot of rom-coms. I feel like you kind of look at me and just know that I love a rom-com.
You know what? I did clock that from the first time that I saw you.
I wouldn't doubt it, honestly.
Honestly, I was like, that girl loves a rom-com.
I was wearing a giant ass headband.
She usually does.
Yeah.
Anyway. Anyway, before we start off, we have a few questions of the week.
They're housekeeping items.
Yeah, housekeeping items.
Yeah, but in this house, it's nonsense.
Exactly.
So to start off, Ren, I have a question for you.
Hit me.
What is a weird fact that you have learned this week?
Okay. This fact comes from the Instagram because I scroll a lot.
He does. And
Anyway.
it's honestly, it's my favorite thing when I have been gone somewhere and I come home and I was like, there's like 30 reels for me to watch. A curated collection.
Curated collection.
Honestly, it feels, it's very tender.
Oh,
because
good.
I was like, oh, okay, you know, like rich people pay people to like curate art for them.
Yeah.
You do that for me for free.
For free. And it's memes.
Not just
and you
because
get to
we're
laugh.
poor. It's great.
It's not just because we're poor.
Because we're economical.
Economical.
For the people.
Tina.
I'm sorry. Okay, go ahead. You saw it on the Instagram.
So my fun fact from the week is that I learned that in firehouses they have fire poles because back in the day when fire wagons were pulled by horses, the horses could climb stairs and wake up the firemen in the middle of the night, just like in their bedroom. So they installed ladders and poles because the horses can't climb.
So there's this phrase that I think is going to tie into my fun fact about the concept of like loving someone to the point of invention. And I'm going to explain that, yeah? But like I like the thought that that the horses loved the firemen so much they had to invent a way for them to stay further away.
Like, bestie, we have to sleep.
How else are we going to put out fires if we're tired? And they're like, you know what? And you know what? And I like to think that they
love
gathered
of sleep.
for the love of the game. And the game
For the love of the
is
game,
so
and the game is sleep.
because I think like, you know how we had like a constitutional convention? I
Yeah.
think that they had one for firemen. This is the lore I'm making up. Having the firemen to try and figure out how to keep the horses downstairs. And they met for like weeks and weeks and had no idea what
One
to do.
room.
And yes, naturally.
No bathroom breaks.
It was so hot in there.
Hot as hell.
And then all of a sudden, one of the youngest firefighters in the room had never even seen a fire in person stood up and was like, have we thought about the fact that horses can't climb stairs?
They can't climb stairs. That was the problem. Want to try again?
I'm going to try one more time. So this young firefighter, new to the force, never seen a fire before in his life, was like, we consider the fact that horses can't climb ladders. And everybody was like, by Jove, he's done it.
He's done it.
Immediate captain. He never saw a fire in his life. He sat in that station
They
for the rest
said,
of his days.
you can fight a fire like no one else.
No. And okay, and this is
Use
the other thing.
wit and charisma.
Honestly, if somebody asked me how I would fight a fire, that would be my first answer. I know for a fact I'd burn to death, but that would be my first choice.
Well, then you should probably wear the gear.
That's true. But I might have to get swole as hell. You know how heavy that stuff is to put on?
Yeah, that's why you wear the gear. To train.
To train.
Training montage.
You know what? Maybe that's what I need to do. Instead of lifting weights at the gym, I just need to take on and off firefighter gear.
It can help.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm tall enough to be a firefighter, though.
Why not?
I think there's height restriction.
Oh, okay.
Don't you
Well,
think there
shows
might
what I
be?
know.
Would you let somebody who's like under 5'4" rescue you from a fire?
Depends on if they could.
That's
I
what
think it's not a question of whether I'd let them, it's whether they could.
you're like, here, at the end of the day, I'd only let somebody rescue me if they could rescue me because I'm being rescued.
Because if I need rescuing, then who am I?
I'm
Who
gonna
am I
let
to
the person
judge?
able to rescue me rescue me.
Exactly.
And I think that
We
makes
can't
you
be both there needing rescue.
no. That makes you an
That
equal
would be
opportunist.
inefficient.
You're
And
like,
I am anything if
not inefficient.
not inefficient and not an equal opportunist, apparently.
Prejudiced. Incredibly
Prejudiced.
inefficient.
Incredibly
Put
inefficient.
that on the books. Okay. My fun fact, which is I was reminded about. Concept of loving someone to the point of invention. There was a woman who was a nurse, and she was washing her hands very frequently, right? Because she was a good nurse. She was good at her job. And her husband, yes, right. I think we could have a round of applause for hand washing.
Yeah, did you know that was implemented by a woman?
Yes,
Florence
Nightingale,
or is it Florence Nightingale?
the one who was the nurse for the Civil
Yeah,
War.
yeah.
They didn't have hand washing before the Civil War.
Yeah, because nobody thought it was important.
No,
And then this woman, Florence Nightingale, was like, okay, everybody who enters this hospital dies. So
Wash your
I
damn
think the
hands."
problem is the cleanliness because that was messy.
Yeah, I mean, you have a hospital in a tent on a field.
I don't think that's necessarily the biggest problem. The biggest
The
problem
germs.
was nobody cleaning anything.
That's true.
Yeah.
Difficult to do in a field, though.
Yeah, but once she implemented hand washing, then the survival rate increased. I don't even know
Exponentially.
exponentially.
There you
I don't
go.
even know the numbers.
But
It's probably made up anyway.
and I think that's very
statistics.
cool lore.
Anyway, continue.
Yeah, so of course, this nurse, following in the footsteps, shall we say, of Florence Nightingale, was washing her hands quite frequently.
She rest in peace.
Rip to Florence Nightingale. I hope you would
Honestly,
have loved
I
this
love her.
podcast.
I hope she would have.
We do it for you, Florence. And her husband, though, noted that her hands were really chapped and dry and bleeding because she was washing them so frequently.
What did he do?
He invented gloves, latex gloves for her to wear. And they were asking him about it, and he said, I loved her to the point of invention. I know, isn't that beautiful? So,
It
like,
really is tender.
firemen being loving horses
Loving
to the
horses
point of
and
invention.
also sleep.
And also sleep. They love sleep to the point of invention. You can be a horse girly and also take a nap, you know?
You know what? And that's on getting the best of both worlds. Thank you, Hannah Montana. And you taught me so much.
She really did, didn't she?
She really did.
Okay. So that's our first item of housekeeping. Our
Yeah.
second is what Taylor Swift song that you've been obsessed with recently.
Yeah. Right now, the Taylor Swift song that I'm obsessed with is by Aurora.
Uh-huh.
It is called, oh shoot, what's it called?
Skin.
Oh, yes, Some Type of Skin.
Yeah.
It's amazing. It's on her latest album. It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's so good. Please go listen.
Mm-hmm.
It'll knock your socks off.
Yeah, if you're wearing socks. If not,
If you're
your
wearing
feet
socks,
clean off.
oh my God.
Steps.
You should probably wear socks.
That's why you wear socks.
Yeah, that's why you wear socks.
Florence Nightingale also taught me that. That and trench foot. Do you know what trench foot is?
Yes, it's when your foot turns into a trench.
You're so bad. Keep dropping points in there.
Anyway, so what Taylor Swift song are you?
My Taylor Swift song that I've been obsessed with is by Maisie Peters. I want first for the record, I want to note that we have listened to Taylor Swift this week. There's not like a day really that I go without listening to at least
Same.
like one song by Taylor Swift.
I've been running to Reputation.
Yeah, and I've been driving to Red.
Oh my God, same.
Yeah, for literally But yeah, my Taylor Swift song is by Maisie Peters, and I was looking at the album. I think Watch right now is my favorite. So
Watch.
definitely not a timepiece because
Not
I
a
never
timepiece?
know what time it is, and I hate things on my wrist.
God. Have you
I
thought
know.
about pocket watches?
I have just like in general.
No, for you to get over your fear of not having things on your wrists.
Mm.
Or
Wouldn't that
a finger clock. It's a ring and there's a clock on it.
Do you imagine how tiny that clock face would have to be?
Yeah, your fingers are so small. Look at that. For comparison, mine are regular sized.
You know what? To be fair, mine are, I feel a little bit disproportionate. But you know what? Amy Poehler has small hands, and that makes me feel better about mine. I'm
Tiny
not
doll
gonna lie.
hands club.
Yeah, creepy
Yeah.
doll hands, really. Do you find dolls inherently creepy?
No,
I don't either, but I think they can be creepy.
I think they can.
Like
be.
the
you know, you put anything in a horror movie, then everything's creepy. So
you know what? You're so right. Religion, ghosts, dads,
wait, I take it back. Religion is creepy.
just inherently.
Just entirely. Let's move on.
Okay, and our last question is: has there been a particular meme that has spoken to you this week?
Oh, yes. So imagine you are girly and you are not locked in
Oh God, all the time.
all the time. I suggest watching this video. It's this girl who picks up the camera and is like, bestie, you gotta lock in. If you don't lock in right now, I'm gonna kill you. And then she takes her and puts it in the phone in the air fryer. And there's like, you need the wattage bad, you need this healing. And then turns on the air fryer with the camera in the air fryer and is like, lock in, diva. Anyway, that's my favorite meme of the week.
I'm gonna be honest, I've seen it. You sent it to me. It was deeply inspirational.
Yeah. Did I
And-
tell it right?
No, I think you did,
Oh, okay,
absolutely.
good.
But it did get me questioning if you had to be put in like any appliance.
Toaster.
Yeah, that makes sense for you.
Yeah. How about you?
I think like a toaster oven, like the ones that are on the counter, like not the
Yeah,
full oven, but
yeah,
like
that
the
makes
ones that you
sense.
could like put a bagel in.
Yeah. Does
know?
it open
Down.
down?
Yeah.
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 Yeah. That I think
Is
would
it
be my pick.
square? Is it like
It's
round?
retro. It's rounded on the edges.
Ooh.
Yeah. Like a 1950s housewife would look at that and be
1950s
like, "Oh, I recognize that." You know,
Yeah. But then like be like, wait,
you have rights,
exactly.
and I think that's really cool.
I think that's really cool.
And that was a true and absolutely non-reductive history. My meme for the week takes us further back than the 1950s, all the way to say ancient Greece.
Ancient Greece.
Because I saw this meme that was like, yeah, my ADHD would make it so that if somebody dropped a Trojan horse off at my doorstep, it would take me weeks to go and pick it up. Those Greeks would have starved in there, and guaranteed, seeing how late it took me to do my taxes, yeah,
Did you get it done before the deadline?
I did get them done before the deadline.
Ah.
I had to email.
Did you get
Two
them
out
done late at all?
No,
No, there was a deadline.
Later than would have
She
been
wasn't late.
Later than would have been comfortable for
Then like
me.
most of my friends who don't have ADHD, they filed them in like January.
Yeah, couldn't be me because I had to email 2 out of 3 people who sent me a W-2 and or 1099 to ask them to send it again because I didn't know where it was. And one of them never got back to me, which was okay because I ended up finding the paper version. which was serendipitous. So now-
Serendipitous, to say the least. Wait, isn't that on our list
so
of
S words seldom used by whatever we are?
whatever we are?
Late 20s?
Late 20s?
For what, a month left? I'm going to wave to you.
Rip.
I'm going to wave to you from the 30s.
I hope it's nice where you are.
I hope it's shitty in the Black Dog.
It is.
If anything, here's the thing. I will say, I have realized that you could not pay me to like redo my early 20s.
Oh, okay. I would.
Yeah, I know you would. And I
I
don't.
redo like anything. Put me in, coach. I'd do it better.
Who is coach in this scenario?
God.
Okay. Can you imagine meeting God in the afterlife and all of a sudden he's just wearing a football uniform?
Yes, I can.
I would walk right out.
Yeah, you would.
Not even making
You
eye
don't
contact.
give
I would
very
just.
good with sports.
No, I
Well,
don't.
close well.
Yeah. No, I don't. I give nerd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Affectionately.
Oh, no, absolutely. Because I think, okay.
Absolutely.
And I think in this first introductory episode, can we do a quick recap of how we met?
Oh, yes, sure. Do you want to start?
Yeah. Okay. So once upon a time, there was a woman named Jane Austen. And Jane Austen wrote this book called Emma.
Oh, what a banger.
Yeah. And 2 centuries later, it got turned into a play.
Could you even imagine?
I can because I was in it.
Oh my God, you were?
I was.
Whoa.
I was cast as Mrs. Elton. Didn't come on until after the second act. Intermission had happened and nobody had seen me yet.
Nobody at all.
Mm-mm. But the thing is, we were missing our Frank Churchill for like the first 2/3 of the rehearsal process.
Wow, that sounds really
know.
rough and awkward.
It was very awkward because
Man.
we just had like random people fill in for Frank Churchill. Never me
Weird.
though. I could never pull. I didn't have the gravitas.
Oh,
Yeah.
you know what? Clocked that.
Yeah, didn't you? Didn't you,
Yeah, I
Dust?
did.
And then I think that's where you literally come in.
Oh, that's where I come in. Yes. So I get a phone call. I have like a couple. So we're both actors.
Yeah.
I
I feel like that's pretty evident. The concept of a podcast.
What
just
about
in
this
general-
gives actor?
Oh, it gives theater kid is what I was going to be very. I was gonna that's what I
You
was
know
going to
what?
say.
That's worse.
Absolutely
better.
it is. We can be both.
We could be
You
both.
can be both an actor and a theater kid.
Yeah, we can
And
tan
honestly, I
multitudes.
don't trust actors who aren't current theater kids. I think you should be. I think you should be a little weird.
Yeah.
If you're going to be an actor.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry. Go ahead.
Anyway, I get a call from the director
Mm-hmm.
and she's like, "Hi, are you free for the like next like month or so?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure. I got nothing going on."
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, "Hi, do you want to play Frank Churchill in our play? We go up in 2 weeks." And I was like, "Sure. I've got
Mhm.
nothing going on." So I show up and this first rehearsal, I'm like, "Okay, cool. All new people." And I have my lines and stuff, and then they catch me all up. So the first like couple days, it's like just
It is
working
It is not
on me.
Emma.
It is
Frank Churchill.
And by the time we finish all the Frank Churchill scenes and catch me up on blocking and we start running the show, I realize, oh, I'm not really in this show.
It's giving princess track.
It's giving princess track. And I can't even move furniture on and off stage because they want to keep Frank Churchill a mystery until he comes on stage. So I'm just backstage for like 45 minutes. And everyone else is on stage except for Mrs. Elton.
Mm-hmm. And I had never seen Ren before. I'd never met you. I had no idea who you were. And you walked into rehearsal and I was like, that boy looks like a K-pop star because he had bleached blonde hair at the time. And he was wearing pants that had strawberries on them.
Yeah.
It was getting K-pop.
It really was.
Yeah. And you were very polite. And what I later found out was a like really strange turn of events for you when you went up and like introduced yourself to everyone because apparently you don't do that.
I don't. I really don't.
But yeah, he came up to everyone, including me, because I spent most of my time sitting in the audience reading books because, again, I wasn't on stage. And you came up and introduced yourself, and you're like, "Hi, my name is Ren." And I don't think I said hi back to begin with. I think my immediate response was like the bird or Kylo variety.
Yes. Yes, she did not say hi back.
Yeah, no. And which honestly kind of insane. Like I straight up accosted you with like, "I'm gonna need details." Like, I was like, "No, there are 2 kinds.
There
There
are
is
2
Adam
kinds.
Driver or a bird."
Yeah.
And it was giving Adam
And
Driver.
It was giving Adam Driver.
Not at the time, not
Yeah.
the blonde hair, but like, energy
Yeah.
wise.
Anyway, so it kind of like turned me off. I was like, she like doesn't really want to talk. Okay. And I was just like, well, I did my part. I said hi.
And I was like, I was really funny. That was so charming.
And then like a couple days later, when we are just backstage,
Which, by the way, I like made a conscious choice to do that. I was sitting alone in the audience and being like, this is kind of dumb. Everyone else is backstage, and I bet they would want to be your friend if you went back there and were like kind of nice and funny for a bit.
could you imagine?
I know. I was thinking about it. I was imagining, and so I went over there. Yeah. So I went backstage, and you were there with our mutual friend T.
T. I love her.
Yeah. Same.
Yeah. Anyway, so then we trauma bonded, and then we were both like, I wonder if this trauma bond is gonna actually last, because they don't always.
No, they really don't.
And then we found out that we had so much in common other
So
than
much
trauma.
Yeah,
It was great.
surprisingly, because we've talked about this before, but like our friendship and personality is a Venn diagram, but the Venn diagram is a circle.
Yes.
Except for when it's not.
Except for when it's like what the sliveriest
Yes.
of crest.
Yeah. It is like a waxing gibbous almost. How would you describe our friendship? A waxing gibbous?
No, I'd say a waning gibbous.
Oh, it's like, oh, you know what? This is like a glass half full, half empty kind of thing.
No, one's left and one's right.
Like, this is about direction.
Yeah. Well, anyway, that's our intro. We've completed all of our questions, all of our housekeeping, as it were. Oh, I guess other housekeeping. If you would like to contact us, you can email us at
canonicallygoodhang at gmail.com.
gmail.com.
Which hadn't been taken yet, you know?
It's really serendipitous.
Does it feel? It feels a little radical at this point in time to be able to snag a Gmail account that nobody else has.
It really
gotten.
does.
Does anybody else like in the world share your name? I think I've asked you this question before.
I don't think so.
Because I have like two
so.
other people who share my first and last name, and sometimes I check in on them because I hope they're doing really well. But also I just wonder how many times like people have tried to email them and it's gotten into my inbox.
Huh.
You know?
That's unfortunate.
And also I just like happened to snag it first. So got to be quick about it, you know?
Got to be quick. Yeah.
So yeah, send us an email. I don't know what about yet, but
I don't know what either.
Thoughts, feelings, concerns.
You know, suggestions for media.
Yeah.
We're not quite there yet. We have a pretty substantial list of pieces of media. That sounded pretentious.
It did. I loved it.
Could we have
a little bit be like pretentious alert?
We have a pretty substantial list of pieces of media that we are going to start with.
But would love suggestions.
But we would love suggestions.
Because, I mean, contrary to popular belief, we haven't seen everything.
Speak for yourself.
I can't see without my contacts.
She can't, and I can.
And he never lets me forget it.
Yeah.
Okay. Can I say one more thing before we move on?
Yes, one more thing.
One more thing. This is another like load-bearing Tumblr post for me. And I think has really inspired my take on this particular podcast. You know the feeling like when you were in high school and somebody would ask if you had seen or read or listened to something and you would say no, and they would get kind of mad at you. They'd be like, you haven't seen this?
Oh yeah, that still happens today.
It does. And it used to feel really bad. It feels less bad now.
Okay.
But I remember reading this Tumblr post that was like, hey, you actually don't have to do that. And
Why?
instead, because you can be kinder and realize that other people have not lived the same life that you have lived.
Sounds fake.
It does. Stay with me here. You can, instead of getting frustrated or like making them feel bad for it, instead you get to say, you're in for such a treat. I'm so excited for you.
You know what? I've noticed that you do that.
I do that. It is a load.
You basically say that exact thing. You just said.
Yes, it's a load-bearing Tumblr post for me.
Load-bearing Tumblr post.
Yeah, but it's true though, because then it's so fun because then you get excited and people aren't embarrassed to say that they haven't seen things anymore because they just know that you're going to get excited about the fact that they get to see something that you love.
Yeah.
Which has inspired the like meat of this podcast.
Yeah.
The protein of this podcast. This first part has been carbs. Important to get important for energy, something that really like lifts you up, right? But now we're gonna give you something that sustains you.
Builds your musculature.
Absolutely. It makes you swole.
So all that to say, like, that is demonstrated by the fact that I had never seen 10 Things I Hate About You.
Which is the subject.
Which is the subject.
Of today's discussion.
Exactly.
It's today's piece of media.
It stays a piece of media.
And it's my favorite rom-com. One that I actually did not see as a teenager. I saw it as a young adult. I don't remember like when specifically. Yeah, actually true. Like what, 4 months ago?
Yeah.
And then again today?
And then again today to refresh.
Yeah. And yeah, it's my favorite. So much my favorite that I actually have a still of it hanging in my house. I have a little gallery wall in my entryway in my home that has pieces of media displayed that are deeply important to me, because my goal with my home is that people walk in and know exactly who I am. They don't have to like me. I wish they would, because I'd love when people like me. But even if they don't like me, they know who I am and what I like. And because they know what I like, they know who I am.
It is abundantly clear as soon as you walk into her house.
Yeah.
She did a very good job with it.
It's like, I don't like you, but I know.
This is her wall. We are at her house.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
This is her personality.
Yeah, my personality is couch.
Her personality would be couch. It really would be.
That or like deep armchair.
That you sit crosswise in?
Naturally.
Yeah, naturally. Anyway, so I hope you enjoy our podcast. Now, let's get into the protein.
I'm excited about you.
Woohoo! After much chagrin.
And an overnight break.
And an overnight break, because we ran out of time.
And an outfit change.
And an outfit change. We're back.
For the meat of the podcast.
For the meat of the podcast. Oh my God, we had so much technical difficulties turning this back on.
And you know what? I think that's what they get for having two theater kids attempting to run this instead of techies.
I know, honestly.
Godspeed. That techie who said something really mean about me, maybe he was kind of right if this is what he was dealing with.
He still shouldn't have said it. Anyway, we're back.
And we're going to talk about 10 Things I Hate About You, which I watched twice yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
In preparation for this podcast.
I watched once in preparation for this podcast.
Which I think is great.
Yeah. That brings my total of watchings up to 2.
Which, a 100% increase yesterday.
That really was. Wow.
Significant.
I love a 100% increase.
That's giving statistics.
Statistics, yeah. Miss Lau, if you shall me, if you ever watch this, that was a very bad impression. Oops.
If we get big enough that Timothée Chalamet pays attention to this podcast, I think we might have made it.
I think we might have.
Yeah.
Episode 1. Here we go. Okay.
Let's talk about 10 Things I Hate About You.
I would love that.
Before we begin, I think we should give a quick recap for people who haven't seen it in a while, or just want to hear me summarize.
Oh, yes, please do. I would love to hear you summarize.
Great. The time, 1999. Location, Seattle, Padua High School.
Padua. Oh.
If you couldn't tell already, this is a retelling of Shakespeare's play Taming of the Shrew, set in modern-day Seattle, when modern day was 1999. We follow Cameron, who is an army brat come to a new high school, who falls head over heels for Bianca Stratford. Unfortunately, Cameron cannot date Bianca because Bianca's father has a rule. Neither she nor her sister Kat can date at all. However,
rude.
I know, really rude, but we get a plot twist early on in the movie where their father agrees to change the rule and says that Bianca can date as soon as Kat does. The problem is, though, Kat, some might call her tempestuous.
What would others call her?
A heinous bitch.
Oh.
Which tends to prove a bit of a problem when it comes to dating. So
yeah, I could see that.
The movie unfolds as Cameron and his friend Michael entangle themselves in a
scheme.
What? Hijink infested scheme to convince a resident bad boy, Patrick Verona, to take Kat out, who they think can handle this quote extreme dating.
Extreme dating. It's a sport now.
It is a sport. Honestly, I say no. This would not be a sport I would excel at. And so the movie follows Kat and Patrick as they fall for one another, despite their prickly exteriors, with all sorts of delightful late 90s pop culture references.
Oh yeah,
because again, this is set in 1999.
Yeah.
Now, this is my all-time favorite rom-com. Which is interesting because this was not a rom-com that I saw until I was an adult. And I feel like most people's like favorites were introduced perhaps a bit earlier in their lives, right? And this was a rom-com you hadn't seen until I showed it to you.
about like what, 4 months ago?
Yeah, I think
Something
so.
like that.
And I'll say why I like it before I get into what I really want to discuss about this. But I would also like to hear your kind of like initial thoughts.
Okay, yeah.
This movie opened and I felt very seen by the main character, even though I have never been as brash or abrasive as she is out loud. The inside voice inside my brain sometimes is, and I felt very seen by that. As they explain, she's someone who likes feminist prose and angry girl music of the indie rock variety. It's deeply important to me. She's also a fan of Pretty Boys. And Kat just, I don't know, as someone who has historically been afraid to let people like her, I felt very seen by Kat. I also have a sister who is Bianca coded, one could say. And I love her. And I love this movie that is like so deeply rooted in what it means to be sisters, as well as what it means to, find a match that's equal to yours.
It's a star-shaped Tupperware
It's
principle.
star-shaped Tupperware principle, and that's exactly what we're going to talk about. Okay, your initial thoughts when you saw it for the first time.
So my initial thoughts were, wow, this is incredibly Madie coded. I was like, wow, she really is Kat. This is amazing. Incredibly accurate.
Yeah.
I had a lot of fun. I did not know Joseph Gordon-Levitt was in it playing the Cameron.
Yes, Heath Ledger and Joseph
instigator.
Gordon-Levitt. It's really heavy. It's a really heavy hitter.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah.
I thought it was like a super compelling film, and it was so fun, and I definitely don't think I would have liked it as a teenager because I was very much a straight-laced good boy who wouldn't have.
I think the jokes would have been too aggressive for me.
Yeah,
as a teenager.
they're a little bit. It
was a bit edgy. I feel
edgy,
like for
yeah.
like a teen movie.
But like makes perfect sense for it to come out like in 1999.
Absolutely, because that's something that I also think is really interesting about is that it feels very of its time, but I feel like it's also aged really well, which is unique.
Yeah, because I think because it's the main character is so into feminist literature, and that has just like blossomed over the last 25 years,
which I think
26 years.
And honestly, that's a perfect segue to what I wanted to talk about today, because
Amazing.
my theme for this discussion, specifically about 10 things I hate about you, is in defense of the pick-me girl. Because I think in recent discourse with a capital D,
discourse,
we've had a big conversation, right, about the concept of the pick-me girl. And I think currently the pick-me girl would have been defined as someone who changes her opinions to make herself seem different and interesting to men.
Mm-hmm.
And while I do think Kat is a pick-me girl, I do not think she is that kind of pick-me girl.
No, I definitely not.
Pick-me girls nowadays are seen as like anti-woman, anti-feminist, anti-girlhood, as a way to ingratiate yourself into like a larger patriarchal structure. Kat, on the other hand, desires to be different and is obstinate in her difference on purpose.
Yeah. Everything that she does is very intentional.
Yes, but it is not against girlhood. It's not against womanhood. No. It's like deeply rooted in wanting to own what it's like to be a woman, which I find really interesting.
And she says like she never wants to do anything because somebody else wants it or expects it of her.
Which is interesting because then she has this at the same time. Yeah, she never wants to do anything that somebody else wants her to do, but she also has to learn to do the things that she wants, because in an effort to not do what other people want, I think she has also forced herself not to do what she wants. She has let herself stop wanting entirely, or at least being able to admit that she wants something.
Yeah.
And I would say, honestly, the concept of wanting, talking about concepts a lot recently, is really like central, I think, to this entire film. One of the times when we were watching it yesterday, Cameron, there's this big party scene in the middle, and Bianca, who Cameron is in love with, has gone off with this other guy, Joey, and he is so sad. And he comes to Patrick, and he was like, "It's done. It's over. You don't have to try and take out Kat anymore. Bianca doesn't want me. It's this whole plan has fallen apart." And in a series of choices that you described as smooth as hell, Patrick takes Cameron by the shoulders and is like, "Do not let anyone convince you that you do not deserve to get what you want."
That was a very attractive moment.
It was, wasn't it?
Patrick.
Yes.
Whatever his last
Yeah.
Verona.
Patrick Verona.
For Patrick Verona.
And
Ledger. Smooth as hell. Oh my God.
smooth as hell. Can we take a brief detour really quick?
Yeah.
Away from wanting to talk specifically about Heath Ledger.
About wanting him?
About wanting him.
Is that
absolutely.
a detour at all?
No, that's where I was always meant to be. This is all roads lead to Rome, and Rome is Heath Ledger.
You would be on that road so fast.
You have no idea.
I think you are a good ways on.
Absolutely. No sign of the exit. Barreling just down this freeway. I think Patrick Verona is the perfect foil for Kat.
Yes.
In part because he is so smooth. He also has denied himself what he wants, but he has done it in a way that makes it act like he doesn't care and shows that through ease.
Yeah.
Kat, on the other hand, shows that she doesn't care through a sense of like obstinance. It's like, how much resistance can I give, as opposed to Patrick, which he gives me like, how much can I let go or not care?
Yeah, I can see that.
And he's just so smooth. I keep thinking, I think for me, the hottest moment in this movie was him taking off his goggles in the paintball scene.
Oh, yeah.
That might have been it for me.
I think there's something to be said. This whole time, he's chasing Kat.
Yes.
And Kat is just like,
No.
Mm-hmm. And then there's a moment where somebody says to Patrick, he says something like you have to be willing to embarrass yourself a little bit because you're acting so smooth, and she's
Lay yourself down on the altar.
Yeah, lay yourself down on the altar. And at that moment, the next scene, he sets up this whole song and dance number to the song that goes, I love you, baby, and if
By
you're quite all right.
The Four Seasons,
By
correct?
the Four Seasons, by Frankie Valli and the Four
Yeah.
Seasons, which we just saw.
We just saw Jersey
Boys last night.
Which it was my favorite part of favorite part of the evening.
Yeah,
was
yeah, it's
this,
great.
You know,
Absolutely.
Frankie Valli walks so Heath Ledger could run.
But yeah, so there's a moment where he lays himself down on the altar and he does this performance for Kat in front of her whole soccer team.
He takes a path of resistance.
He does. Like, he demonstrates to her that he's willing to be more than what he has shown the rest of the film.
He's willing to care.
He's willing to care. And then at this moment, he puts in so much effort that Kat is won over.
Another juxtaposition, I think, because Kat, I think, goes over the top with her effort the whole time. She's trying so hard.
Yeah.
And where Patrick has to come to this conclusion that he wants to put effort out, Kat realizes that she has to let it not be as hard.
Yeah.
I'm thinking at the end of the film where she has that kind of the poetic confession, right? And you see earlier when Mr. Morgan, the teacher, is introducing this concept that I want you to write a sonnet. She raises her hand and she was like, I think this is a really great assignment. Does it need to be an iambic pentameter? She's looking for these like guidelines and restrictions. And then when you get to the end, it is not an iambic pentameter.
No.
It rhymes. It's not really a sonnet because she's let go. She doesn't care about form as much as she used to because she just has to say what she wants to say.
Yeah. And then it hits so hard and it doesn't feel polished like the rest of her actions in the movie.
Which is such a great foil to Patrick's moment, which feels very planned.
Yeah. Man. Yeah. It's them finding a middle ground for each other.
Yes. And what I think is great is also that this, because I feel like often when Taming of the Shrew is brought up, and I think often when it's performed as it was originally written, the message that gets taken from it is the right kind of man will change a woman. And I feel like at the end of the film, both Patrick and Kat still remain true to their core personalities. Yeah. They have just allowed other people to see who they are and what they want.
Yeah. They've let their walls down.
Yes. Because this is the other thing that I think is really beautiful about this film, and probably why I really resonate with this, is that Kat just wants somebody to pay attention to her, not even necessarily like what she likes, but be curious about what intrigues her. And to me, I think that's also at the heart of like what the pick-me girl is all about, right? It's like, I want to be seen as interesting. I want somebody to ask me questions about why I like what I like. And Patrick is really the first person in the film, apart from her friend, but we don't see much of her, unfortunately. I love that she's just like in love with Shakespeare. But Patrick is the first person who like actually cares about what she likes
Yeah.
and calls in favors to treat her to bands that she cares about, or, you know, like
And then at the end, buying her the guitar that she
Yes.
was looking at in the music store.
yes, after knowing that her father and her sister don't really care, or and sometimes like outwardly and aggressively make fun of her for wanting what she
Yeah.
wants. Which I find really beautiful. And I think why I resonate so much with this movie is because that's how I felt all as a teenager and in my early 20s. And still sometimes now. But I was like, I just want somebody to pay attention to what I like. They don't even have to like it themselves, but to know what I like and be able to be thoughtful about it is just, to me, that's like the purest act of love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, it's just the movie hits so hard.
Yeah.
I love this film. I'm really glad that you showed it to me.
It's holds such a like a tender spot in my heart.
Yeah.
And so much so that, you know, as I have a section in my foyer,
Yes.
we can call it a foyer, right next to the front door of my house, where I have hung portraits of stills from like pieces of media that are really important to me. And 10 Things I Hate About You is on the wall.
It is on the
A
wall.
picture of Heath Ledger and Julia Stiles, in their prom outfits.
Prom outfits, looking at the camera going like this.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just really tender. I love the movie.
Yeah. It's great.
Okay, my question for you now.
Okay.
The way that we're gonna like end these kind of middle segments is with the person who is being kind of like newly introduced to the media, to the piece of media.
That's me.
Yeah, in this case it is. I would love for you to pick a character from this film.
Heath Ledger.
Naturally. You didn't even let me finish, but
No, I
it was still the right choice. Pick a character from this piece of media that you would like to take on a date.
Ooh.
And I need you to tell me how you would
good
woo
choice.
him.
Ooh.
In this scenario, Cat does not exist. Rip.
Rip to Cat.
Because I like to imagine that
loved
they...
And she does.
Yes. I like to imagine that they were together forever. I mean,
I like to imagine that too.
I won't always say that about every rom-com, but like in this case, I need them to stay together.
Star-shaped Tupperware.
Star-shaped Tupperware. Yeah. And I think Kat and Patrick, they're star-shaped Tupperware.
Yeah.
The whole concept is like they're
They
perfect
don't.
for each other and they don't know it yet, but everybody else
Exactly.
But everybody
everybody
else
else sees it.
which is silly because it's also for very like superficial, shallow reasons. So like they're perfect for each other.
Yeah, and then you find out that like actually
Yeah.
deep down they're perfect for
Which
each other.
personally I think is like kind of ideal though. It's like, oh yeah, on paper I think this works, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, it
You're like, yeah, if that
works.
paper was a 500-page novel.
if James Joyce wrote this, if James Joyce is writing your relationship, I'm gonna need you to get out.
Well, okay.
Those are my quick thoughts on James Joyce. Okay.
Okay, so the date, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So I feel like he would appreciate a lot of effort.
Yes.
So I think what's going to happen is I'm going to have to go out and get a motorcycle license and purchase a motorcycle.
You were gonna go to the DMV.
I'm going to go to the DMV,
You know
take
what?
the whole exam, and I would pull up to his house.
Mm-hmm.
And I wouldn't just like honk. I don't even know if motorcycles have horns. Probably not.
I like to think that you would you can figure it.
Yeah, I could figure it. But I would pull up to his house. I would knock on the door.
Mm-hmm.
I'd have a bouquet of 24 red roses.
Ooh, a classic.
A classic.
Yeah.
Each with like a little note on them. That's something different
Ooh.
about what I like about him.
Ooh. 24 things I like about you.
24 things I like about you. And then we would go driving down the coast of Seattle.
Ooh.
And I would have a spot picked out that was a perfect view for the sunset. And then I would pull
And you
out.
picked the right coast to watch a sunset.
You know what?
over
I really
water.
did. Because it would not work on the East Coast.
No, well done on your planning.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Well done, me. Pat myself on the back. And then out of a hidden compartment, I would pull out a picnic basket.
Not only did you go to the DMV,
I tricked out my motorcycle
you tricked out
with
the
hidden
bike.
compartments. And I'd pull out a picnic and we would have a romantic picnic.
Can I ask what's in the picnic basket?
various crackers and cheeses,
Ooh, the boy said crunchy. The boy said
Crunchy.
cheese.
some like fruit. It's a
Ratatouille style.
charcuterie board sort of a deal.
And it's still the 90s, so
And
it's like
still
very,
the
very
90s.
new and exciting.
Oh, exactly. New and
Yeah.
exciting. Like he's
Ooh.
never even seen a charcuterie board.
I was like, I don't
Doesn't
even know
what
what
it is.
salami is.
Exactly. I'm like, culture. And we would watch the sunset.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'd pull out a guitar
Out of another hidden
out of
compartment.
another hidden compartment. He never saw it coming. And I would serenade him with Wonderwall, which hasn't even come out yet. I guess I would come out with that song. Because it's 1999. I totally forgot about that.
You invented Wonderwall.
I invented Wonderwall. I would do that for him. I would do that
I
for
was-
Patrick Verona.
I was literally about to say that.
Yeah.
He
then-
he loved him to the point of invention.
Ah,
The
that's
invention is
circling
Wonderwall.
back. The invention is Wonderwall. and then we would look at the stars because the sun had set, and then
And you're far enough from the city that
We're
you
far
can see
enough from
sun.
the city. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I think it would be a perfect date.
That sounds like a perfect
Yeah.
date.
Yeah.
know what?
Do you think it would work?
I like to think it would.
I do too.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's the I went to the DMV for you. I think that really
I
sold
think
it.
that's really what would sell it.
Yeah, because I don't know. I
think integral to this plot.
yeah, is the learning how to ride a motorcycle.
Exactly. And he has to know that I did not know how to
Yeah.
ride a motorcycle before this.
No, you laid groundwork where you were like riding a bicycle next to him for some reason, and he was like, "Have you ever thought about riding a motorcycle?" And you distinctly and clearly said, "I can't do that. I don't know how."
And then I have a montage where I learn. And
can
I
you
sit in the DMV.
A training montage about learning how to ride a motorcycle.
Oh my God, yes.
That has to have been done before.
Yeah. I like to imagine it a la the extremely goofy movie Goofy's like his exam montage, him like studying and like reading books.
Because you're also a cartoon in this montage, not for the rest of it, but just for the training montage.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I would love to be a cartoon.
Yeah,
It's one
yeah.
of my deepest desires to be a cartoon.
God, that Phineas and Ferb episode where they turn themselves into different cartoons. Dream.
Dream. Was that an adequate answer?
I feel like that was solid.
I feel like so too.
Yeah, yeah.
I hope so.
I like to imagine Patrick Verona would have been swayed by your wooing attempts.
Thank you.
It's all any of us can hope for, I really think. At the end
really
of the day.
is. Yeah, rip to Heath Ledger.
Rip to Heath Ledger. I'm gonna be so serious, actually.
Like, yeah, honestly, so
like,
serious.
Really, really sad.
Yeah.
Really, really tender, serious note for us to end on for an episode that has not been really
It is
tender,
not tender
and
or
only
serious.
somewhat serious, but
Somewhat
perhaps
serious.
with a cut of levity, so to speak.
Yeah, so to speak.
Yeah. All right.
All right. Okay, well, let's bring the mood back up to finish this episode.
Yeah. So let's talk about where we go from here.
Where we go from here. So as we said, our what do we say? Our structure of this podcast is we're going to talk about a piece of media each week, and Maddie chose the first one.
I did.
And I will choose the second one,
Which
is Mirror Mirror, starring Lily Collins and Julia. Nope. Hang on.
Were you gonna say Julia Child?
No, I wasn't. I was gonna say Julia Stiles, but I
Not
couldn't
Julia
remember her
Stiles.
name.
It starts with an R. Pretty woman.
Pretty well.
Toothy
Yes, I
Grin.
know. Toothy Grin. Julia
Rob-
Roberts.
There,
Julia
you got
Roberts.
it.
Sorry,
You
Julia Roberts and Armie Hammer. And it is my favorite Snow White adaptation. I love it so much.
It's delightful. I saw you introduced this to me.
Yes, I did.
And I think I've only seen it once. So
So we
excited
will
to
have
watch
to
it
do
again.
a refresh.
Yeah, and I'm gonna be honest, I'm partial to Snow White.
Oh, why? Do tell. Is it not because, like, I don't know, you
I'm deeply vain.
are deeply vain?
Yeah, yeah.
No, that's giving the queen.
And here's the thing: I really owe it all to Jennifer Goodwin and the release of Once Upon a Time in 2011, where everybody who met me was like, "You look like Jennifer Goodwin,"
Yeah.
and it got to my head. So I have this like weird soul tie to Snow White now.
Well, good. We're going to feed into that.
I'm excited. If anything, I yearn. I yearn to feed the delusion, or to
You know
yearn
what?
to feed the soul tie.
That's a good word for this.
Yearn
Yeah.
for this
don't know if you
podcast, or like being
No,
alive.
for Mirror Mirror.
Oh, okay.
Yearning.
You know what? You're actually from what I remember about this film. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I am pro yearning.
Yeah, I know that about you.
Yeah.
Clocked that early on. Anyway, so tune in next episode when we discuss Mirror Mirror.
Yeah.
I'm so excited. I love this film so much.
I can't wait to watch it again and talk about it with you. If you are interested in getting in touch with us, we have set up an email account.
Yes, we have.
It's giving business. It's canonicallygoodhang at gmail.com.
At gmail.com. Really simple.
I would like to do a quick shout out because I understand that my idol, Amy Poehler, has just released a podcast entitled Good Hang.
Oh, she has?
She has. This name was not inspired by that. We talked earlier about how we kind of came to the conclusion, but I do want to, but I want to honor Amy simply because I love her. So this is not an homage, but
she is on her wall of inspiration.
There's actually a Parks and Rec episode where she makes a wall of inspirational women, and she puts herself on there because she is a big enough woman to admit that she's often inspired by herself. I strive for that level of confidence. So yeah, email us at canonicallygoodhang@gmail.com. Yeah.
Anyway, thank you for joining us.
This has been Canonically Good Hang.
This has been Canonically Good Hang
with Ren and Madie.
Ren and Madie. Well, have a great life. Please join us again.
Yeah. K thanks bye.
K thanks bye.